This is the moment we've all been waiting for. We finally finish up the greenhouse. This is Desert Homestead Prepping. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell for notifications.
All right, we're back. I am so excited to get back on this project. I've been just thinking about it and waiting for the time to be able to get back out here and get this completed. So we're still on a time crunch. We'll see how much we can get done. We should have all the supplies that we need. We'll keep pushing at it, and like Aubrey said, it'll be done when it's done. There's plenty of things going on in life, and we'll push as hard as we can to get the projects done that we're working on. But there's many other priorities that we have. So today, I need to focus on the smaller one bys, the thinner one bys that's going to go in between each stud. And this is just going to be reinforcement for the clear siding to be able to hold up against the wind. And I have actually changed a little bit on the design. I was going to make hatches with the siding, so I was going to make frames where we would be able to tip up the hatches. I decided that we were going to change that. Me and my wife kind of talked it over, and we have some windows that we got from a wonderful lady named Bonnie. Her and her husband had some windows that were laying around in their backyard for years. And they asked if we would like them. They're pretty nice windows, so it's kind of a shame to use them on a greenhouse, but it's what we got. I think that's going to be the best way to go about it, and it'll make it easier and it'll make it nicer. Having hatches that could be flimsy in the wind may not be the best idea. So I'll probably just have to change a little bit of the framing to fit the windows. The other thing is I'll have to make the door. I'm gonna have to frame that in and get that all constructed and hung. Hopefully we can get pretty far on this. Also start tilling up the garden area, get that all set up so that hopefully we can get some things planted. So it's May 24th here. It may seem kind of late to be planting a garden, but it still gets pretty cold here at night. Last night it got down to 36 degrees, which is fine, but we're just barely getting to a point where we come out of the freezing temperatures at night. So where we're at is still pretty high up in elevation. So this is really probably the prime time to really start planting. And hopefully we can get things all set up in the garden, planted, get the watering system set up so that we can start growing some vegetables. Let's get started on this. All right. Well, I'm a little more than halfway through the day, but looks like we got some storms coming in, so had to gather up the power tools, make sure I got them out of the weather. And I got a decent amount done. Got two of the windows installed. The third window is going to go right behind where this door is, and I got to let some silicone dry on it. Some of the glass had come out, so I had to get that all fixed up. So that's going to have to wait till tomorrow. Give it a good 24 hours for that silicone to cure. And so that's the door that I framed in. I'm going to do just a little bit more framing on it, make sure that it can be pretty strong. Yeah, so hopefully this will blow by. Well, the storm kind of passed by. Got a little bit more done. Got the door hung. Now I'm to the point where I need to cut down some of these 2x4s. So we're going to split these 2x4s right down the center on this table saw. And that's going to That's going to really stretch the wood a lot farther. It's kind of a shame that I actually had to buy some wood. With the lumber prices so high, it was pretty expensive. But being able to split these down so that they're one buys is going to make the wood go twice as far. And it'll be plenty strong for the center part between the studs to be able to help give that siding the support that it needs. So I got the table saw all set up, and my wife's off in the distance there. She's all excited and leveling out some ground, and we're going to get these cut down the middle, and hopefully we'll have it set so that first thing tomorrow I can get going on doing the rest of the framing. All right, there's one small victory. Got the third window in place. Didn't take too long. Looks like it's starting to come together pretty good. All right, let's start moving on to the rest of the framing. So we're done with all the one buys that I put on the roof. It looks like it's going to be pretty good. Take you over there and take a closer look at it. Yeah, this is what we got going on here. Yeah, get it down low so you can take a look at how it's all set up. Kind of hard to nail these things in, so I had to offset everything just a hair. But it's going to be really good. Feels really solid and firm. So that's pretty exciting. Get a little closer look at these windows. So yeah, these windows weren't really anything too special. This window is brand new. I kind of feel like it's a waste. It's a low E stickers. So it's probably an argon filled chamber in between those pieces of glass. So kind of shame, but it's the only side opening window that we have. So oh, it's okay. Yeah, the fun that these kids have out here, it kind of reminds me of my childhood. When I was, I was around 8 years old or so. We lived in a place that was kind of similar to this, farther north. And I remember, some of the cool places that we found, and that's what my kids are doing now. It's fun because they're going out on the four-wheelers and exploring. And, they're excited to tell me about their hideout, cool place that they found. They'll take me to it. And, for me as an adult, I look at it and I'm like, oh, that's kind of neat. But it reminds me of when I was a kid. We went off, way off in the desert, and it probably wasn't way off. It felt like it when I was a kid. And we found what we thought was like this little oasis, and it was this pond with water, and there's this nice big juniper tree right on the side, and we used to jump in the water and swim around. And there were these tadpoles and these big toads. We loved catching the toads, take them home, and and had just such a great time. Well, I went back many years later after I was an adult, and I found this oasis, and all it was this nasty mud hole in the middle of a cow pasture. And it was just where all the cows would go in, and it was just nasty and murky. But when I was a kid, I just thought it was the neatest thing. And it's just pretty cool to watch my kids and see how much excitement they have over things that we might look at as adults and think that it's nothing special, but to them, it's just going to be those great memories that they're going to have for years to come. So it's really fun, to watch and see them explore life and be able to enjoy these young years. Well, I guess that's enough story time. I'm going to get back to work. We're going to get going on putting the one bys in the walls, and hopefully it moves along as fast as the roof. Oh, finally, I have got all the framing done. So now we are ready to start hanging the siding. It has been so tedious and drawn out. It's been very annoying, but it had to be done, and this thing is just solid as can be. Except for, the OCD part of me is just going nuts over this bent post right there. I mean, I keep looking at that thing and it just drives me crazy. But I'm just going to let it be. Once it's covered with siding, hopefully it won't be as noticeable. And we're just going to have to learn to live with it. So we'll bring you on over and you can take a good look at it, see where we're at. Yeah, been slaving away at this all day. So we have all of it framed in really good. I think it's going to hold up really well. The dog seems to like hanging out in there for some reason. I don't know. Yep. Pretty excited to finally be to this point. So my wife tells me like a couple hours ago, you better start hanging that siding or else we're going to run out of time. And, like there's not enough pressure to try and get it done before we have to go. But I know she means well. She's excited. She wants to see it done just as much as I do. Yep, pretty excited. I think we're pretty much done for today. Got a few things that I need to get cleaned up, and we'll hit this again. We'll get right on this first thing in the morning. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Morning. So I'm excited to get going on this. We'll see how far we can get today. I'm gonna start putting the siding on here, and hopefully it'll go quick. But most likely, like anything else out here, it usually takes longer than I anticipate to do most every task. We'll try to give you a little glimpse of each step as I get moving along. All right, there's one wall. That one went pretty fast. 3 more and a roof to go. All right, there's wall number 2. We'll keep going. We'll see how long this stuff holds up. I think it's gonna be okay. Probably gonna need some flashing in some places to cover up these corners. the edges on the roof. I got some flashing, but I got a whole bunch of leftover pieces from old sheds, corner pieces and roof pieces that I think might work really good for this. We'll see. Either way, we'll get these corners and everything all stored up really good so no wind gets back in the corners. Yeah, it's pretty good so far. My wife was asking why I didn't take the stickers off. So I don't have time to worry about stickers. They'll work themselves off eventually. All right, there's wall number 3. Moving along pretty good today. Now onto this wall, and I think last of all we're going to do the roof. All right, there's wall number 4, and it's lunchtime right now. Last thing to do is the roof. Then after that, just a little bit of touching up and the flashing. Yeah, this is exciting to finally see it get this far. Yeah, I got a heck of a mess going on here. We'll get to that later. Finally, the greenhouse is done, except for one little piece. I'll show you. Right here. Ran out of flashing, which is actually the same thing that happened on the cabin. Now that I looked at it. So, need to get a couple pieces of flashing for the cabin, and to finish this will be completely done. But yeah, so pretty happy. We'll get back here a little ways. Yeah, that's it. The flashing all along this side, just this side and this one over here on the north side are the walls that get hit by the strongest winds. We got the flashing on all those. It feels really solid. Yeah. I think having these windows are much better than making hatches. Doing cleaning right now. Yeah, I think these windows would be much better than just making hatches that would be all sticking out and flapping in the breeze. Yeah, really, really roomy. Now I just need to put a handle on the door. Got a latch. Keep it from flapping in the breeze. And now I'm going to put the gutter on there. So I don't know, it's about 5:45. We'll see how much of the gutter I can get done. Hopefully get that all mounted and all set before dinner time.
On the next video, we'll get the rain catchment system set up and the watering system all in place for the garden. You guys take care.